Okay, now we'll open discussions for the round table. I had put forward 6 topics, or 4 if I'm not mistaken, initially. People made a choice of topics based on what came to their mind first. It was like a top-of-mind recall for each one of you. Now let me tell you how this is going to go. This is going to be a very different kind of a round table, a literal round table which would be sitting where you are currently. Each of you are most likely on a table of people whom you know, since we created a WhatsApp group, because I can see one table which has a lot of people, and rest all are, because I think you had a lot of chatter in your group if I'm not mistaken. So is that table 1 that I am looking at? Is there any other table 1 also? There you are. So I think topics have been, okay, so what I'm going to do is for the next 20 minutes, I'm going to let all the tables speak and debate internally on this specific topic called Women in Sustainable Leadership and Entrepreneurship. And then I will have one person from the first table, because since they chose, they have the right to present. So they will be presenting 3 key learnings which they had as a team discussing amongst themselves on this particular topic. All of you have the same topic currently. It's like you're sitting in a school, you're all going through the maths class, even if you don't like it. Your first elective is maths, second is physics, third is chemistry, in that order. So now you have to sit through maths. They love maths, so they'll present on maths. You love physics, it's physics. You love chemistry, it's chemistry. All right? Just 20 minutes, let's keep this brief in terms of discussions internally. And I'm sure there would be a lot of overlap. This is a good learning which will come as we progress through the session. Something which has never been experienced before by you guys. Correct? You never experienced something like this at a conference, that you're sitting on a table. Right or wrong? Ladies, are you listening? I'm still alive here. Are you listening, yes or no? This is something new for you guys. All right, let me see how this goes. So you can turn around. You can turn around. It's this, as I said, it's an unconference currently. And if you want to join any table, you're free to join. Jayati, you can join a table. I'm here. Ma'am, you can join a table if you want. All right. You can continue on the discussions up front itself.
My name is Maya Payal Mitra. I'm a somatic leadership coach, and we are representing the Roundtable 1, which is around women in sustainable leadership and entrepreneurship. But before we start sharing what we discussed, let me kind of ask a question to all the people seated here. What, according to you, is the percentage of women who hold board seats? Any guesses on a percentage that is a global number? Anybody would like to take a guess? 1, 5, okay. What are the numbers? Any other guesses? 25, 15, okay. Yes, 5, okay. We are close.
0.5.
So, okay, 0.5, wow, okay. we have made some progress, come on. It's not that bad. So it's actually less than 20% of women who hold board seats. Any guesses for the number or the percentage of women that are actually CEOs globally? Again, 1, 5? Okay, I'm going to give you a clue. It's in single digit. That's only 5%. Only 5% of women globally are CEOs. So that's what we are talking about. So our group basically spoke about some of the challenges that we are working with, some of the gender stereotypes we have to constantly navigate through. The point of the matter is that we are not losing out in terms of female participation in the workflows at the starting of phases, which is the early entryhood level. At the entry level, we have enough and more women participating. But where we are missing out is when we hit the 3 challenges of every woman's life, that is the 3 M's: marriage, maternity, and motherhood. We are actually losing out a lot of women when they reach either of these 3 stages. And that's where the broken rung is what is working against us. So we discussed about how can organizations create a supportive ecosystem, create policies and initiatives in place so that women can flourish and can actually reach the acme of their career to the boardrooms, to the CEO level, And here you're going to discuss the remaining part of it.
Thank you, Maya. Hi, this is Afia Yaqub. I come from Mauritius. I'm the head of institutional development and officer in charge for HR at the third largest bank in Mauritius called as Mobank. While Maya spoke about the challenges women are facing, but at the same time, what our group discussed is also the positivities of the women who are bringing it to the sustainability, United Nations sustainability agenda. We have 17 sustainability goals, and women at all levels are contributing towards the goals, especially when she spoke about the grass level. So this is where women are contributing the most. Maybe we may have the lesser percentages higher, but there are more than 50% workforce or even 70%. You go in retail, you go in banking, you go in any industry. Majority of the workers, their workforce, you will find is women. And by being there in the present in the workforce, they are actually contributing towards the sustainability agenda. And you know, most of the countries around the world right now, especially I come from Mauritius, we as well, India doesn't have that problem. You have a lot of workforce, but we are facing a major workforce around the globe. I'm thankful to a country like India where most of the workforce is going and coming there for work, but locally we are finding challenges of workforce, and this is where our women workforce, not only taking the entrepreneurships of their homes, are coming forward and contributing towards the society and the economy of all the different global nations across the world. So definitely women are creating that sustainability, leadership and entrepreneurship, and it all starts from their homes and their houses. I'll pass on the mic to my colleague here.
Hi everyone, my name is Nilisha Pamani. I'm a fashion entrepreneur. My company is called Stay Fabulous. And I also have a training and coaching company called June Consulting. While my colleagues have already spoken about what we discussed when we spoke about sustainable leadership and entrepreneurship, I would like to take a minute to acknowledge women who've already made great strides in that department. We spoke about how it's important that women are supported at the grassroots level, and I'd like to talk about, I don't know how many of you know about Ms. Chetna Sinha from the Mandeshi Foundation. She's done actually some great work in offering microfinancing and business opportunities to women from very, very small cities in India. And that's actually a great way because a lot of these women are not formally educated. So one of the first things that they think of when they want to earn a livelihood is to do some small business in their respective villages or towns or small cities. And that's where foundations like Mandeshi Foundation do a fabulous, fabulous job of enabling that. I don't know how many of you, I'm sure many of you are aware of, sorry, I got the name wrong, but Vandana Shiva. How many of you are aware of Vandana Shiva? Yeah? So she's actually a great example of a woman in sustainable leadership. She's a biodiversity activist, and she's created what she calls a community of seed keepers. And she's trying to make farming as equitable as possible. And women are actually a big part of this movement. So yeah, that's what we discussed.
All right, any comments to add on to what they had, something which might have aligned with your thought process? There you are. Can we have a mic sent across, please?
Sorry, I didn't get your name, the lady in pink. What's the percentage of women in India in board positions? Thank you.
Sorry, what was the question? The percentage of women?
In boards in India?
Yeah.
What's the percentage?
That's a very good question. Well, I don't really have the number exactly. From an India perspective, reason being, we are finding it extremely difficult to sort of, do the data and statistics. But if anybody has a number here, please do share. It's 2%. Is that what you're showing? 3%? Sorry, is that 3% what you say? In senior leadership. Okay, there you go.
Okay.
So,
can I share?
Please.
Can I share
Please do.
Can I share the Malaysian?
Are we short of mics? Because we are not surely short of voices.
Go ahead.
Yeah, yes, this is interesting. Thank you so much for engaging. Yes,
Actually, I just wanted to tell you that Earlier, the figure was 5%, women in women CEOs in C-suite in 2010, because I was doing a research on this topic because I had to give a speech on women championing equity. So I had to go through all those Harvard Business Reviews and Forbes this. So now the latest data, it's something for us to cheer, is C-suite, women in C-suite globally is 19.2%. Let's cheer for that. 10 to 19.2%, just over 10 to 12 years. I'm sure in another 10 years, we can make it beyond 30 or 40. Why not? Together. India, yes, it's still lagging behind 3%, like ma'am said. But I'm sure if we all join hands together, why not make 30%, right? Yeah.
So I think, so when we shared, we said it was less than 20% for C-suite, but for CEO, it's 5%. Yes, CEO. Yes. They have some data. Yes, please.
How to expedite possibly, you know, your increasing the
Transition
numbers.
journey.
Okay.
Yes,
So
yes.
in 2015, there were hardly any females on board. It was very much a male club. Yeah, all the men who play golf. That's
Big
how they
the
get
big
board
boys
members.
club.
Very much the big boys club.
Yes.
And then we set up 30% club where we decided that it was important to get women onto boards and C-suite. Now, the needle never moved. And then last year or the year before, the government decided to make it mandatory
Yes.
that women get onto boards. Today, we are in the top 100, more than 30%. We are 33% women in board positions.
Ooh, that's
and
great.
it is mandatory to have one female. We have 1,000 publicly listed companies. It's mandatory to have one female on a board. So the only way to move the needle, unfortunately, is to make it mandatory. And the government decided that this was the only way we could. But today, we are looking for parity. So, and we've got, you know, the other way around too, where one board is only females. So I think, you know, we are looking really for a balance, you know, balanced composition of boards. And we were just talking at our table that there is unconscious bias, and we want the right person for the job. You know, it doesn't matter whether it's a male or a female. We want credibility and the right person for the job.
If I were to quote Sheryl Sandberg, in the future, there will be no female leaders. There will be only just leaders. And we want to end with that quote. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ladies. And was this engaging? So applause for all of you guys for making this the first topic work.